over for Monomaniacs. Our first match of the day, winners round 1. The first map is going to be Collided, and these players are ready. They've been training for weeks and months just for these matches. We're going to do the coin toss just to make sure we have the proper team attacking. The highest seed will attack first on each of our matches today and tomorrow. Don't forget, this event will last all weekend, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Today on Saturday, and 10 a.m. until we finish tomorrow, which is scheduled to be around 6 or 7 p.m. So lots and lots of Shootmania action for us this weekend. All right, first up, attacking for Monomaniacs, our very first attacker of the tournament. It's going to be mMe Hot Mustard. This guy is one of the most clutch attackers in the game. He basically saves this team from defeat many times over. And the map
he's the best player on the team, you'd say?
He's the most clutch player, I'll say.
Clutch.
Whenever they're down and it looks like they're going to be out, he's the one who comes and gets the attacking round to save the day. So we see the defensive positions here from AKM, Wins, and Sturmy. Hot Mustard still looking around for his first target. Finally, does find AKM there waiting in the spawn. Can't quite get in there. They just rushed him down from the opposite side, and already
kind of confident.
Yeah,
pretty confident.
They were ready for that. Wins and AKM and Sturmy all just enveloped Hot Mustard all at once there and took him out with just 3 rockets, 1 from each player. That's called a team ace in Shootmania Elite lingo. Sorry, not logo. That's the wrong word. I don't know actual lingo. AKM on the attack now for Colwn. He's a masterful attacker. You can see he's already taken 1 point of armor off. Takes out a rocket there. You saw that +0. Lasers can actually shoot rockets in this game to prevent them from hitting them. There you see AKM does take another shot. He's down to just 1 armor and can't quite get past Hot Mustard there near the spawn. So already 2 defensive rounds in the books.
So the cap isn't capable for 45 seconds after the match starts, so they just go around and try to kill the defenders.
Yep,
initially.
There's a few different ways you can play it. So you see the timer at the top of the screen now is at about 35 seconds. Oh, wow. Pop Trunk already getting hit with a rocket long range. Yeah, right at the intro there. There are only a few ways to get into the map, so to speak. If we go to that overhead view, it's pretty much just a choke point coming in. Looks like Colwyn is taking those similar defensive positions. Pop Trunk's ready for it. He realized last time when Hot Mustard got rushed down what must have happened. So Pop Trunk knows there are 2 defenders here on this column. He's going to try and just bide his time. He's got 10 seconds left before the goal can even be captured. So he is bouncing around, trying to keep his eyes on all 3 defenders if he can. AKM still at the spawn. Pop Trunk, the goal is open now, so he does make a move for it. He takes out 1 defender, but does get eliminated. AKM landing 2 of those shots. So he's at 3 defensive rockets so far. No attack rounds for anyone yet. Wins is up to bat. This is actually AKM's brother. 2 amazing Shootmania players in the same family. Pretty lucky of them. They did win IPL 5, so they took home 20 grand of that 30 grand prize.
He just took down 2 rockets just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun.
Just to show that he could do it.
Sometimes it's not a threatening situation, but you just want to take out a few rockets to get your aim up. Wins and knows that there are 3 defenders still standing, so he's going to take his time, try not to get surrounded. You definitely don't want to get surrounded in this game. He was surrounded. He doesn't want to be. And he does take a shot there, takes out another rocket to prevent losing a 2nd armor. Now it looks like he's trying to poke around, figure out the best route over towards the goal. 2 seconds left before it is open, and it's open now, so if he wants to jump on the cap and try it, it might be a little bit suicidal right now, but no, Pop Trunk and Felons finishing him off. Now that's 4 defensive rounds in a row. And just to reiterate, the score at the top of the screen, we're going to actually have a winner once someone gets to 9 points. But the thing is, you must win by 2. So 9-8, not acceptable. Obviously, they take turns, so you have to
Keep doing the math, though. I want to hear more.
You have to do
what
equitable
else isn't acceptable?
turns. What else isn't acceptable?
5-5 is not acceptable.
5-5 is not even
quite
close.
there yet. Not
quite
even
there close. Yet. So 2-2, definitely not over yet. That's why they're still playing. But 9-7 would work. You basically have to win by 2, and what that means is, because you're taking turns, if you just defend forever and ever, the game won't end. You need these attacking rounds. The attacking rounds
We need these attacking rounds.
Everyone needs the attacking rounds, or else this game will go literally until we die.
Which it is kind of interesting, though, so that wouldn't be much of a problem. I'm finding that all the attackers are getting in really close initially
nice shot.
to the goal. Is that a standard tactic?
This map Collided lends itself to defenders being able to hang back a bit because there are so many visibility blockers near the goal. You see Colwn again taking advantage of that. There's so much area for these players to hide that the attackers basically have to go all the way to the goal. They're not going to find any defenders out and about in the map. So I'm going to take the overhead view. You can see Monomaniac has some sort of traditional defensive positions. Felons right now in the cubby here, as we actually call that the defender's cubby. They've been using it for months now, and that's a very typical strategic spot to take because you can fire just a bunch of rockets blindly as they come in to try and take you out.
Campy.
They did great right there. Hot Mustard and Pop Trunk both landing some rockets there. Hot Mustard back at the top of the order for Monomaniacs. They basically each have an attack round, and then it goes back to the top of the order. So you want to put your best attacker first because they're going to have the most opportunities in a tie situation down the road to actually get these attack rounds in. So Hot Mustard is the one that they're trusting to have the hot laser for this first match against Colwn. And, I mean, I have to imagine Mono, coming from IPL 5, not even actually qualifying for the main event, playing against the IPL 5 champions as their first round in this double elimination tournament. It's got to be a bit daunting, but it looks like they're ready. They are at least, not letting Colwn run all over them with the lasers. They've successfully defended every time so far. It's just a matter of time before one of these teams goes off and starts landing these lasers as well.
Definitely, definitely. It seems like no one really has a leg up as of yet. I mean, everyone's just getting in there and really pushing. But I haven't seen... I don't think there's been a match yet that more than one defender has been taken down.
Yeah, you're right. No one's even really been close so far. It looks like, that could just be conservative play. This is a tournament setting. They flew all the way out here,
They're tired.
They're potentially tired.
Yeah, those peanuts on the plane, not enough sustenance to get in there and kill everybody.
It's true. You need at least a breakfast burrito if you're going to be competing. So
breakfast.
We've got AKM on the attack now, still facing all three defenders, all still standing. AKM is trying to isolate them. He realizes that Mono is a little bit more spread out than the Colwn defense, so he is looking around for a single defender at a time to try and duel, essentially. Does pay off there.
Launch goes down in the cubby.
Yep, Felons is dead.
And hot condiments.
Hot Mustard. It's just mustard. He's not mayo or ketchup. He's
Yeah.
Respect his
I'm
decision.
sorry, I was still on the breakfast food. Okay, that's two defenders.
Okay, that is a second defender. 10 seconds left on the goal. He's got an opportunity. Only one armor left means the next shot wins. Pop Trunk has more ammo, but AKM lands the laser, and that is our first attack round here of the day, of the tournament. Wins, and AKM and Sturmy on Colwn taking the lead now 5-3. That's going to put them in a great situation if they can continue to defend like they've been doing, basically flawlessly. They can ride that single attack round all the way to a map win if they're careful. So if you thought they were playing conservative earlier, now they're going to be even more so. They do not want to give up a single attack round now that they've secured one of their own.
That's going to force Mono to play a little bit more recklessly. Maybe?
Mono is pretty much going to have to go pedal to the metal, try and land these lasers, because that is their only recourse at this point, is to get an attack round of their own. And Pop Trunk actually is a player that every once in a while he'll, 3 shots, 3 kills. He'll take out all the defenders. Man, look at that defensive setup from Colwn is pretty harsh. They wait for the attacker to fire his laser because there is a recharge time.
How long is the recharge time?
It's decently long. It's about 1.5 seconds. But all the defenders have multiple rockets that they can fire. So when they see that the attacker has taken a shot and missed, they just all come out of hiding, launches all their rockets, and retreat back.
How long is the rocket recharge time?
The rocket recharge, you can fire 1, 2, 3, 4, about that pace, and then it takes about 0.5 second per rocket to recharge. So you can keep firing that first rocket that recharges over and over and over, or you can fire all of them, retreat back, wait for all of them to recharge, and repeat that process.
So Colwn is in there, and he's showing no fear at all. Just took out a defender.
Yeah, well, showing no fear is not always a good thing because he's only got 1 armor left and has to get past 2 defenders. Now the goal is open, and looks like Pop Trunk lands that last shot. Hot Mustard with the most defensive shots here on Mono, and AKM doing the defensive work over on Colwn. He's also got that only attacking round so far. The score is 6-4. If Colwn can successfully defend 3 more rounds, they will win this game. So Mono really needs to figure out what they're doing quickly here on Collided. So let's say this plays out and every single round after this is defensive. Monomaniacs would actually have the map choice for game number 2. This map Collided was actually set by our admins, but after the first map is played out, it's loser's pick for the subsequent maps. So Mono, if they do go down here, hopefully they'll muster up something here and land some lasers. But if they do go down, they will have that map choice for game number 2, and that can be very valuable because we have some pretty unique maps. I would say no two maps are very similar to each other, so they might have something planned. 85% was a very valiant effort there by Felons. Just barely got eliminated there by Sturmy at the end.
It's only earlier. It only takes about a second and a half to cap the goal after the 45 seconds are done.
That's right. So if you see that percentage, we just saw 85%. That means he was extremely close to actually capturing it, milliseconds away. So sometimes you'll see between like 95% captures. Those are just like heartbreaking because they're so close. But all these milliseconds matter here in Shootmania Elite.
So Sturmy's just showing off, taking out rockets, showing them that he's not scared because they're up. They're up.
You see something flying at you, your impulse is to shoot at it at least. So makes sense.
These rockets weren't even flying at him. He was just, yep, there you go.
He was just playing target practice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Sturmy, nice little wall jump there actually to avoid a rocket, but now he's dueling with Hot Mustard. I have to imagine, Hot Mustard was not playing very good cover there. It looks like he was trying to transition over to the goal, but thankfully Felons is there to put a stop to Sturmy's attack round.
Is that Felons?
I think it's Felons.
Felons?
Yeah, just
so
like
he's pretty gangster.
He breaks the law.
It's pretty, yeah.
He breaks the law a lot, incurs felonies, He hasn't been caught though.
Hasn't been caught.
No,
that's why he's here.
Right. That's right.
That's why he's here competing.
That's right.
In
if he was caught,
$100,000 Shootmania tournament.
That's right. He's a felon, but it's okay because he can play really good.
He's still
computer
making
games.
that money.
That's right.
As they say.
So Hot Mustard actually doing something a little bit unorthodox. You can see on your screen here.
He's getting snipey.
He's backing off a little bit. He's trying to use Colwyn's positioning. He knows that they've been playing that column near the goal. You can see that broken column right in front of him now. This is where Colwyn's been setting up. Oh, and Hot Mustard definitely pays off with that sneakiness. That was a great little move there. I'm very surprised, actually, that Colwyn was not prepared for that. They had to imagine that they would be ready for something like that. One armor left, but he does capture the goal. You can hear the sound as he steps on the goal. It kind of goes whoop, 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 whoop. And, the higher it gets, the closer he is to capturing. Yeah.
Struck fear.
Colwyn did not like that. They did not like that sound very much. So now it's essentially a tie game. You see at the top of your screen, it says 7-6, but these attack rounds here on the scoreboard are what we're literally looking at to see who is winning the game. So right now, both teams only have one attack round. AKM just shot down 3 rockets in a row just for funsies, Again, target practice, it's never a bad thing to make sure you're accurate. So he does have to get through these 3 defenders, though. Felon's a little bit open, but Hot Mustard just dropped down off that ledge, so his only recourse was going to be to jump up, and that leaves you a little bit more exposed, so he was just in a tough situation. Thankfully, though, Hot Mustard did land a rocket on AKM, so they traded 1 armor for 1 defender. That means AKM's still in a pretty equitable position. He does need to take out a defender. There he does. Felons just walked right out into it. Pop Trunk rests on him right now. Only 2 armor left. Oh, Pop Trunk. Amazing defense there from Pop Trunk. Staving off defeat there. That attack round had the score become 8-6. That's pretty tough to come back because that would have left Pop Trunk as the only attacker left to be able to actually keep the game from ending. So Pop Trunk back on the attack now. We'll see if he's going to be able to break free of this 1-1 attack round stalemate. Looks like AKM again doing the bulk of the defensive shots there. Also that single attack round, and seems like he must just be the most warmed up. Pop Trunk with a great shot there onto AKM at the spawn. He's not going to let AKM get any more defensive rockets this round. He's going to peek slowly towards that column. He knows both defenders are over there, and that's kind of a risk that Colwyn's taking. They're doing the same defensive strat every single round. Mono is obviously well on top of it, as Hot Mustard showed us last round. He snuck around and managed to pick them off. Now the goal is open, so Pop Trunk does this a lot. He's got a very accurate laser. He definitely can take out all these defenders, but he is a big fan of hopping on the goal and playing, you sometimes call it the pole dance. He just did the pole dance.
You would call it that,
and,
yes.
Well, it's a dance of death.
I get it.
It's a dance of death. There is a pole involved.
Which is not the one that I'm used to.
You might as well call it a pole dance. So and I mean, Pop Trunk just won the pole dance. He's got 8 defensive rounds, a single attack round so far. He's looking pretty good here against Colwyn. This first map, Colwyn actually has to take this attack round right now, or they're going to lose this first map to our number 9 seed, Monomaniac. Colwyn again is number 8 seed. This is the first match we're showing on stream today because it is our defending champions versus an up-and-coming team that's been improving as of late. So definitely a good match to showcase for our very first match of the day. Wins, it's do or die right now. He has to take out these defenders or hop on that goal, or Colwyn will lose the first map. And there it is, Monomaniac taking
very good.
the first game here against Colwn. Very impressive stuff there from Felons, Hot Mustard, and Pop Trunk. Right now,
card.
the map choice will go to Colwn.